Welcome to BISP solution. So we are here again for learning the ARCS application today. So as we are having a series of learning on different topics of ARCS. So so in our today's topic, we have been till yesterday we have seen the configuration of reconciliation compliance module, under which we have seen the different tabs which are available, and how to and what are their use and how to use them. So under the reconciliation compliance, configuration compliance, so this is the configuration part where which we were going through or taking an overview of this configuration part. So we have seen this alert, we have seen these attributes, and the system attributes, then currencies. Okay, the system attribute part, the currency part, we have seen this enterprise general managing, data loads, that is the data loads which we use for uploading the data from the other sources into ARCS, that is for uploading data through data management tool. Then we have gone through these filters also. This is the currency and the filters, so which is basically uh, uh, are used to categorize or to summarize the view which we can see for different profile reconciliation or the other match type. Then we have this format which we are going to learn. We will be taking the overview of this format today. Then we have this view. So with the help of this view, that is the list view, so we can save the filter type, we can save the view for our use for our use for the different reconciliation and profiles. So basically by filtering data we can summarize the information, and by saving that filter we can create a list and can have view as per our need. So in today we will be knowing about this organization, periods, and the system settings. Okay, so we will just begin with organization tab under configuration. So under this organization we have three tabs. I think there is some network issue with this. It is working slowly. So under this organization we have these three tabs: calendars, holiday rules, and organizational units. So let's start with calendar. So what this is calendar? The calendar here are basically the calendar, the calendar dates which we create for an organization. These are basically are used to set the dates and frequency for each period. So the calendar are used to set dates and frequency for each period. So for each period, say for example, if we have a period working on January 2023, so the calendar are attached to this period, and we set the dates for that calendar. So we will just practically see this one. And the frequency means the repetitive period or the duration in which for which uh, the reconciliation will be done. And by default the base calendars is available in this pre-built in this one. It comes with the application. This is the base calendar. And basically each calendar allows different organization to work of different dates and frequency for the same period. So with the help of this calendar, an organization can work off or can have different dates and frequency for the same period. Say for example, just go and see this practically, it will be more understandable. So before that we can so as this base calendar is already available in this comes with the application pre-built, we can create our own calendar. Okay. For that we have to just click on this plus symbol, give some name to it, basically calendar ID to it. I will give it as US03, and will call it name is as US calendar 3, and just save this. So this calendar is created. So this calendar can be used for period, so that we will just see. So under this period, basically we have to go to this configuration. Under configuration we have this period tab. Okay, and now you can see we have the start date, end date, and close date. So that's what I mean to say here. We can have to work off different dates and frequency for the same period. So this is the period. Just a moment. So this is December 2022. This is the period which is already available in it. So the prior period here is 2022. So the base calendar is already assigned to it. It is attached to it, and we have given the start date and end date and close date to this period, and also the frequency. This is the frequency for the same period. So we are giving this frequency for the same period, monthly, quarterly, as per business need. So if you can say the start date here is December 1, 2022, and the end date here is 31st December. But the close date here is different. It is Jan 5, 23, and for the other US calendar, this is US 1 calendar, the start and end date is same, but we can choose the close date different from the other one, from the other respective calendar, that is December 31. And we can choose the frequency. Monthly and quarterly are basically the frequencies, and similarly for US3 we can have the different close date and end date. And also we can create so the calendar which we have created for here, we can have this, and can make the end date as 30 and keep the say 10th, say 6th January, and we can have both of this as our and save it. So this December, for this December period, we have assigned 4 calendars to it, which can be used by the organization, by different organization, to work out with different dates and frequency for the same period. The period is same, but the calendar is basically different. So this is what here we mean to say, the calendar. So we will just go to our organization tab. So we have created this calendar, and then we will come to this holiday rules. The second tab, the holiday rule. The holiday rules are basically here in which we define the holidays which are being observed in an organization. So the different holidays which an organization has, we define that holiday here itself. So what is the benefit of creating this? We create this, so the application will calculate the duration date or the closing date or the duration for the period which we are assigned to for completing a reconciliation. So it will calculate as per the holiday rules. Let us say, take an example. Say for example, an organization has let me make it smaller. Okay. So for example, the organization has the close date as 5th 5th of Jan 2023, and it has given the duration of 05 days. So it will calculate the date as 5th Jan plus 5 days. So it will come to just simply add this date. So it will be 10th day. So the reconciliation is supposed to be completed by this date, 10th Jan 2023. Suppose what is the what this holiday rules do? HOL holiday rule. Say for example, if there is holiday on let's do it in a 1-5-2023. One. Okay. So let's create a hypothetical example here. 1, 2 up to 10th. Say, and the close date here is 10th, 5th. Okay, the close date, and the duration which we give to complete this is of 5 days. So it will be 10th. Need to complete by this date. Okay, suppose if there is holiday, say this is holiday. So for example, if there is holiday on 7th Jan 23, so the system or the application will then calculate the working days, or they will set the closing date or the date by which we have to complete as 11th date, because there is a holiday on 7th, so it will not count this 7th, so it will count it as, so presently it has counting as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, but there is holiday on 7th, so how it will calculate? It will calculate it as 6th Jan as 1 day, 8th Jan as 2nd day, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, 5th one. So as due to this holiday, so it will calculate the revised date as 11th Jan and not the 10th Jan. So I'm giving an just example here. I'm just ignoring the the weekend days. So if there has been a weekend days, say on 9th and 10th, so the duration will be increased by accordingly to 2 days. Just to understand, I'm giving an hypothetical example of this. Okay. So this is why this holiday rule is needed. So it will calculate it based on the uh, working days and the holidays which have been defined for a particular organization based on the calendar attached to that organization. Okay, so this is the holiday rule. So presently we have only one holiday created here, US H1. So which has been assigned to some of the organization. So to create this holiday rules, we have to just click on this plus symbol, give some holiday rule name US H. I'm giving it as H2. Uh, this is the holiday rule ID. So it will be US holidays 2. Just make it as 2 and year. Now you can see the year will not come here uh, when we will add a holiday in it. So it will take an so it will take the year automatically. So to add an holiday first, so we will have to first add the holiday here. So just click on this, apply some holiday here, say it's 1st Jan 2023, give a name of holiday, new year, and just save it. As we have given the year as 2023, now you can see the year 2023 is appearing here. And say for example, if we add some holiday of 31st December, say of 30th December, new year, last day of year. So it will give the it will provide in the year we have only now you can see that 2023 is also appearing here. So as we given the year here, so it will give us the year will appear here. So from there we can just select for the year 2023 what are the holidays and 23. So this is the manual method, and alternatively we can add it with the help of a CSV file by importing a CSV file. So to do that, just we will holidays upload. So this is the holiday rule. Holiday 1, I'm just giving some random name to it. Okay, 26, 27 and 28th January. This is our upload holiday upload file. Oh no, I will have to use some other file basically. Holiday rule. From the webinar I have this periods upload Indian holiday rule. I will have to use this file basically. Okay, so this is the January 1 2023 new year, holiday 1 and holiday 2. So only the date and name of the holiday is given here. So we can upload this file into the application. So we will go here and from here import, browse that file. So import it will replace and replace all. So in the replace it will replace uh, if any if any holiday is existing in that, and in case of replace all, it will replace all the date. If there is an overlapping of date, if there is an overlapping of date, so the under this replace it will overlap. Okay, so just import it. Now you can see we have holiday created are 2. Okay, this one as January 1 is already in our file. Okay, and this January 1 was already available in this, so it has not replaced it. So what it has done, it has added this 2 as our additional. Suppose if we do it as replace all, New Year first. Okay, the overlap date is here, but here the name we have changed the name, and now we will upload it with the replace all facility. Browse Indian holiday, import. So completed successfully. Reset. Okay. So it will overlap the existing date. Replace all. Oh, I think it has not changed the name of the rule. Okay, I will just. Okay, now let's see this, understand this example with some other method. We will make this as 4th June, say New Year first. Okay, and we will just choose the replace all mode. Import file. This is our CSV file, and we will choose this replace all. Create it. Okay. Now you can see it has completely replaced all the holidays which are already available in this. In the replace mode, if there is an uh, uh, if some holiday is available in that, it will not replace that, it will add the additional one. Okay, so this is why this is how we can create the holiday rules for here, and we can have multiple holiday rules, as we have only two, but you can add many more. Then comes the organizational unit. So what does this organizational units are basically, it is an hierarchy of the organization. So it's an hierarchical organizational structure assigned to profiles and reconciliations. So basis the holiday rules attached with unit, actual working duration day is calculated. So what does it here? Does it mean to say that this one? So it will act like this one. So it will calculate the days as per the holiday rules attached to an unit, organizational unit. So coming to this organizational units, we already have some organizational unit available here. So Americas is the parent one, the group entity, and under that we have this, it's their child, and North America, South America, and South America too. Then we have this EMEI, EMEA, and APAC. So let's see this for this North America. We have this ID, and the work days here is defined as Monday to Friday, and Saturday and Sunday are the off for it. And then we have this calendar. This. So let's create one uh, organize an unit under this Americas. So we will just create this North America. So we have this option, add sibling, add child, or if you want to delete it, we can delete it. So we will just create a sibling to North America. North America 2, give it name as same. So it is asking us for the calendar. So we have to attach the calendar to it. So it will calculate the date as per this calendar. So let's define US calendar 3. Parent organization comes it here automatically because we have created this under America. Description is optional. You can give some any description. Then we have this holiday option rule. So and under holiday we have to attach some holiday to it. So let's say attach this US to H2. And work days here. So work days is basically here different from the holiday. So work days, we need to define the working days in a week. So normally the 5 working days is there from Monday to Friday. So just to give and save it. Now this North America, we have created this North America as a unit, as an entity for the Americas, and attach the calendar and the we define the work days. So it will calculate the duration, calculate the working days of as per this, as per this holiday rule. It will calculate, take into account this holiday UHS2 and this work days. So this is how we can create the organizational unit. So and these organizational units are being attached to each and every profile. So let's go and see that one also. Under this we have profiles. If we randomly create one profile, so account ID, now you can see this one organizational unit, we have to define this here. Okay, and we have also seen this process, risk rating, account type, and normal balance. Okay, and organizational and format we are going to learn. Mm, we will learn now format one. And so without attaching this, assigning the organizational unit in a profile, we cannot proceed. So it will not give us a proper result. So I will just cancel this one. Let's see in one of the or profile which is already created. So here the organizational unit here is North America basically. Okay. So this is how the organization is meant for. Then we will come to this period, which is also an important tab to be learned, to be taken into consideration. So you can see we already have the periods created in this for this application from January to July 2001 and different, and we can see the status as here it is closed, it is opened, and the prior period means for August 2022, what will be the prior period? It is July 2022, and start date and the end date and the close date. So one define the number of periods associated with the reconciliation. So one can define the period associated with this. So we have to define the number of period along with each and every reconciliation. So the period has this have to define this start date, end date, and the close date. And one has to associate the frequency with the period, and we have to define the frequency with this period. So what does it mean? Say for example, take the example of this November 2022. So basically these two are the frequency, monthly and quarterly. So we have seen this monthly and quarterly in our application already. So let's quickly go and recap that also. So we will memorize it. We can recall it. So it will help us to understand it better. So system, then we have this attributes, then we have this currency, enterprise, data loads, filters, formats, views, and organization. Okay. So under this we have to define this monthly and quarterly. So for and a period can be associated with multiple calendar, one base calendar, and one or more custom calendar. So this means this period can be associated with a period can be associated with multiple calendars. So a single period is associated with more than one calendar. That is for US 1, US 2, US 3 calendar. Start date and end date. So what I was, we have this under this system attributes. System attributes, we have defined frequency here. Now this is the monthly and quarterly frequency we define for this application. That's why we are getting these two options as monthly and quarterly. So to create a period, we have to just click on this plus symbol, provide a name to it. Okay, say March 2023. The status here, it is pending, and what will be the prior period? The prior period will be January 2000, sorry, Feb 2023. And now we have to, this is the base calendar which is available in, we have to define which is supposed to be defined for each and every period. So let's go, and September 1 and date is 31st, and as per our requirement we can just keep it as the 31st March as our close date, and monthly and quarterly, and just save and close it. So it has created our period for March. So this is the March 2023, and what is the status? Status here is pending. So the status will remain pending till we will open it for our reconciliation purpose. So this status can be open not from this configuration page, but for that we have to go to this periods. So let's now this period, this is the March period, and this is the status is also pending, and the start and end date we can open, we can see here. So for March we have to just go and make it as open, so it will open the period, and just go to configuration tab under period. So now the status has changed to as open. Okay, March status as open. So we have to keep in mind that this period is being open. We can add the period from the period tab under configuration, but we can open all this period from the period option, from navigator period option. So this is about the period. So, and this period is to be has to be assigned to be used, that I will just explain you under the period. And on this period, for a particular profile we upload data, say for example December 2022. To upload the data, we have to we upload the data or the pre-map data or the CSV file in the period tab only. So under this pre-map, import pre-mapped data, we have to upload in the period tab only, in the periods only, and only then the reconciliation will be kicked off, will start basically. But for the period, those period which are not being open, we cannot open, we cannot add the pre-map data here, though it will allow, but it will not work, it will give us an error to it. So it is necessary, it is compulsory to make it as open, and alternatively we can just change the status here as locked. Okay, so it has been locked. So locked here, so locking the period here means nobody can make the changes in it. Suppose if I have done some work or uploaded some data into this period for March 2023, and I want that nobody can make any changes to the data which I have uploaded in it, the pre-map data uploaded in it. So I will just go and log this period, and to close this one by reopening this period, open it, so it will be open. Okay, so and by again reopening it, by opening it, I will start marking my start my further working for this particular period. So I'm just keeping others not to use this period for a particular period of for a stipulated for a time, for a time being. And here this closed here means, and if we set the status as our closed, means that the data which have been loaded in this period have been reconciled, and the adjustment have been made, and everything is being done for this particular period. So that's why we go and close this period. So this is basically the difference between this close and the lock. The lock means we can still work on that particular period, but the close here means we cannot work on this period further anymore. So this is about period. Now we will come to this format, which is also an important aspect of this application. So these reconciliation formats are basically determine how the reconciliation will look like, and the type of information that preparers and reviewers can enter. So based on this format, and this format is being attached to a profile, so every profile must have some format. So and basis that format, the application, the preparer or the user will have to input the data into this. If we have been creating this for variance analysis, then we will be having an one ledger, and for the balance comparison we can have two different ledgers. So these formats are completely customizable. Some default samples are pre-built, so some formats are already available, comes with the application, and they are easily customizable. Okay, and the format design, the design of this format is impact reconciliation by defining the following area. So the how this format design affect the impact the reconciliation, and in which area: the information presented in the balance summary section, and the types of transaction that exist exist within the application, as well as the attribute associated with this transaction, and rules governing who can edit the values, and also the business rules impacting the reconciliation. So let's go and quickly see this one. So this is our format tab. Say for account receivable, we have created this format. So this is the master format or the master template. uh, which method we are going to use it? So we have been using the format as our balance comparison. So now you can see we have two columns here, source column and the subsystem column. As we know, for a balance comparison we must have two balances, two accounts. So one is the major one, general one, and the subsystem, which with which we are going to compare or reconcile our transactions or our balance. Now we have the system adjustment and subsystem adjustment, display account ID as concatenate, and we have this instruction. If we give the instruction in the format itself, some instruction, so that format will appear in all the profile which we are using, for all the profile in which we will use this format. So it's like an a policy which is it's like the instruction will be such which will be applicable to all the profiles. Then we have these attributes. So if we define some attributes here in the format itself, say accounting date, or say accounting date type, and so this will appear, this will be available in all the profiles in which we will use this format. So that's why it is we are saying it will impact all the reconciliation as well as the attribute associated with this transaction, and also the rules, business rules impacting the reconciliation. And similarly, we can have this questions tab. This will be applicable to all the profiles. And the rules, if we create some rules for this in the format itself, so it will automatically be deployed in all the profiles. So so these are the rules. And we can also uh, but it is to be mentioned here that this is the rules which is being applied in format, but we can apply the different rules in the at the profile level also. So this is the rule. So if we design the format, so it will impact the all the reconciliation. So we have to take care while creating this, while executing or creating this format. And one can modify time, and the simplicity or the usability of this format is that it can be modified over a time as per business changes or as you become aware new or different thing. So if we suppose in the initial step we have used some format, and while working on this we find some modification, if we suggest some changes or modification, we can go and add, do that modification, and can create a new format for that purpose as per our business need. And similarly we can have a format, a monthly format for each month, a different format for every month based on our experience and all the pros and cons which we see in a particular format. So this is the formats are designed to evolve. That is, they can be customized based on change business requirements. Say if we have to change something in the attributes, if we find that some attribute which is not being used, or which is irrelevant for this format, we can just go and change the format and use the new format. So this is what it here means. And yes, that is the one can modify the type format as per our requirements. And sorry, and for this format, uh, for this format, so we have a different format um, for our both the modules. Reconciliation compliance format are based on any of these three methods. That is, for the reconciliation compliance model, we have this account analysis, balance comparison, and variance analysis as our one of the method. So we have to choose that one of that. So for this payable, we have this method as balance comparison. So this is available. We can see that in the here also in the account analysis. For accruals, the method used here is account analysis. So the method will be only these three for reconciliation compliance. And also for transaction matching, we have these three methods: account analysis with transaction matching, balance comparison with transaction matching, or simply a transaction matching only. This one, balance comparison with transaction matching. So we have used this balance comparison with transaction matching format here. So this is to be used, this is to be used for balance comparison with transaction matching. This format is designed for the purpose of balance comparison with transaction matching. And similarly, balance comparison, this is account variance and account analysis with transaction matching. And this this is the format. So for creating format, we can just go and create this one. We can provide some name to it as per our requirement. Once we choose the balance compare method here, now you can see these six methods are appearing here. So the below screen will appear here. Say for example, test format. What is the method? So we will choose one by one. Account analysis. Now you can see we have this, the uh, the the different options or the format which we are talking about here. They are customizable. Following the information presented in the balance summary section. So this is the balance summary section. So what information will be available is based on this method. So now we have this only source system. There is no subsystem here, and but we have only just a balance explanation tab. So if we choose account analysis with transaction matching, the information will be changed accordingly. And similarly for balance comparison, now we have source system and the subsystem, and we have these two additional two tabs, subsystem adjustment and subsystem adjustment. And we have to provide this instruction, attributes, questions, rules and history in the format. So for this we can just prepare one of our format by taking uh, from this accounts form, say for example assets other. Based on this we can create our own format and work on that. So this is about the format. And now the next tab comes here is the settings tab. So under this are based and on the settings tab, be system settings. These are the settings which are related to system. Say allow comment deletion, whether it will if there is some comment is there, we can delete that comment. So it has turned it as on. We can alternatively make it as off. Then we have this bulk upload. Now allow bulk updates to reconciliation. So all these options are available here. Then we have this data load, number of hours to wait for data management. So it can the number of hours. So in case of heavy voluminous file, when we upload to data management, so it is asking us for the how much time it will hours to wait for this. All these are the system settings. Then we have this date and time. So we have used as our UTC, universal coordinated universal time here, and we can change it as per our requirement. So reconciliation open time here it is 5. So we can change as per business need. Then we have this digital assistance. So this is not of use much of use. Then we have this email notification, whether the email notification is applicable, can be used. So we have just turned it on, and from where it will go address, the address which has from no reply. And we can also set the time, the email start time and the end time, and other notification type. Late notification once in a day, if there is a change, if there is a note, if there is a status change in some of the reconciliation. So what will be the different options available? We can just go and see this. Enterprise general connection, where this is the connection with the enterprise general. Basically it is used for FCCS purpose. Then we have this governors, maximum number of items to be displayed. So governors we are, so it is basically we are restricting the number of items to be displayed in a list to 10,000. We can just modify it as per our as per selecting maximum upload file, it is 5 MB. So it will go up to 20 MB. So we cannot upload file more than 20 MB. So I will just make it as 5 only. Then we have this object storage. This is basically something the technical part. Okay, that we will go and see this one. reassignment request. If in the while working on this reconciliation, we have the users, we have an option of reassignment request. So the user will send a request for reassignment of his work, so that we will see when we will use this practically. So for that, allowing that, we have this settings here. So since it is turned on, so we can one can reassign its work, reconciliation work, or the part. And who can reconcile? All these have been given: administrator, power user, or user. So reopen facility, whether it is allowed or not allowed, allowed for all preparers and reviewers. Reconciliation is closed, not allowed, allowed for all preparer and reviewer. Then we have this custom reports, enable row split. I think this is basically a basic one. If we have to split the row into it. Then we have this reviewer level. What will be the reviewer level? I think the maximum reviewer level is here, it is 10. We can reduce or increase as per need. Then we have this services, system maintenance, that is the skip the next time, uh, or refresh attribute and other users. Enable use of application for all users. If we make it as administrator, so only the administrator can log in and work on this. So all these are the control. So so one can exercise for restricting the others to work on it. So for example, if the working of the application or the reconciliation is on some important stage, and nobody can uh, make it, allow it for others to use, to modify, so the administrator will come and will make it as change it to administrator, or to administrator only. And transaction matching, what will be the transaction search, purge size, and other all things. These things are all available here. Purge transaction batch size 2 lakhs, enable inline edit, and all these are basically the different options which we will explore. So this is about the configuration part of the application. So this is, we have spent almost two and a half session on this, almost two, to learn this, because this is a very key decision or the important settings for the application. So with this we will conclude our today's session, and we'll come up with other session with other topics, and will advance further in this application, in this ARCS learning. So, and hope you find this session as our useful, and for any query or comments, you can reach out to us at support@bspsolution.com, and you can watch our other videos, and some other videos, knowledgeable and useful videos, and other session, and can join our live sessions on our YouTube channel bispsolutions.com videos. So with this we conclude our today's session, and we'll meet tomorrow with another topic. So till then, it's goodbye. Thank you.